What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're an aspiring high achiever who would love to shift the needle from intention to execution, you are absolutely in the right place. I talk a lot about mindset on this channel, and I also bring to you some absolutely fantastic books on the topic. So, in today's video, have you ever been in a situation or a circumstance where somebody has absolutely butchered your name or they've introduced you wrong, but for the life of you, you just don't have the courage or the guts to correct them? Most of us have been taught that correcting people makes us difficult. Not directly, but maybe subconsciously. We've learned that, correcting others makes us difficult, that insisting on our title makes us somehow arrogant, that asking for respect makes us demanding. So we shrink ourselves. Person who introduces you your name wrong, you're just like, okay, I'll just let it slide. We tell ourselves it doesn't really matter, but it does matter. That's the thing, it does matter. And Apostle Dr. Eukaria Anunobi showed us exactly why. I was watching her interview maybe about 2 weeks ago, and um, the interviewer introduced her, and she had a couple of things to say about that introduction. Take a watch.
People have a background story, and it's important to know their background story so that you better appreciate their hard work. So let's start from the very beginning. That young lady or young girl, that girl child that was born in the southeastern part of Nigeria that eventually became a star that the whole world could see. So let's go back to the very beginning. Who is Eukaria Anunobi Eku?
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be in this place, delighted to be on this show. I'd like to correct you a little bit.
Okay.
My names are Apostle Dr. Eukaria Anunobi.
Thank you.
I'm not Eukaria Anunobi Eku.
Okay.
There's no Eku in my name.
Thank you very much.
It's needful that you give honor to whom honor is due. I'd worked, I'd labored, I'm schooled. And when I mean schooled, I mean schooled. So my honor should be given to me. You don't detract from it. You don't take away from it. When we talk about people who have other religion, if they've gone to Mecca, for instance, they bear and they come back bearing a title called Alaji or Alaja. And that by no means is not a certification of the fact that they are educated. It's just a title given to them that they travel to Medina. But anytime and anyone is addressing them, they don't take away from that title. Now, when it comes to me, I am a woman of God, an ordained woman of God. And I am also a foremost, not just superstar, I'm a megastar when it comes to acting. And I'm not just an actor. I am an actor's actor. I am the director's actor. I'm a moving acting machine. And it is necessary and expedient that people are given the right introduction, because we all always like to diminish our own and don't give them the honor that's due to them. And my doctorate degree is not honorarium. It is academic. So if you want to introduce me, you introduce me properly.
All right.
And then I don't know where you got the echo from. Okay, perchance because I had been in a relationship, years back. And to correct one or two things, yeah, there was a court wedding, but there was no traditional wedding and there was no church wedding. And that relationship had been dissolved. And that name has been expunged and it's gone and buried and will never resurrect. So the next name that should be there will be for the man that is deserving of my purpose and my peace. So as it is, I am, remain, Apostle Dr. Eukaria Anunobi. I am an itinerant preacher. I've gone to different parts of the world to preach the gospel, and I've lost count of altars here in Nigeria. A whole lot of times.
Talk about class. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have just watched a masterclass. I really, really love this. I really, really love this. And I think it is a great lesson to watch in real time. How not only did she have the confidence to correct the host, but the important thing is that she did it in such a way that she wasn't aggressive about it. She wasn't apologizing for it. And she didn't make it awkward at all. She just did it with grace and with class. She simply stated and explained why it matters for her to be introduced properly. She just gave, okay, this is who I am. Do you know what? I feel like this lady is so self assured of who she is that she is not like she simply shows up as herself. That's the thing. She simply shows up as herself. And I think that's a really, really important thing to have. That like know yourself so well, have that self-assurance and self-confidence that when the world tries to redefine who you are, you know you can say, no, that's not who I am. No, that's not who I am. This is who I am. Because sometimes like it's easy for you to be, and I really like that she wasn't even emotional about it. She's simply stating the fact of who she is. Because it's easy for a person, for you to say, oh, you're disrespecting me. Why are you introducing me that way? Why? And just be emotional about it. But for her, she simply stated the fact. And the interesting thing, when she said that, and I was watching this interview, I was just thinking to myself, oh my goodness, if this were me, I would now be overthinking and, thinking, oh goodness, we still have to go through the interview. We still have to go through the interview. Maybe if I was to correct, I would have corrected at the end so that, there wouldn't be too much awkwardness and, after 2 minutes, I'll bounce. But no, not her. She, as soon as it happened, she corrected it then, and not with emotion or, anger or aggression, but just with a lot of grace and with the facts that nobody can dispute. And I think her confidence is really important for us to note this, that her confidence is rooted in substance. So it is not just an emotional, oh, I am confident. It is actually rooted in substance. She just doesn't say, respect me. She explains that, you know what, I've worked really, really hard for my qualifications. I've really worked hard for this accolade. I've really worked hard for this accolade. And so, I am deserving, I am worthy of being respected about it. And I like that she actually gave an example of, if when people travel to Mecca, to Medina, when they come back, the title of their name is changed to recognize that pilgrimage process that they went through. And so it is only fair for, other people as well, who've gone through the process of being a doctor, for instance, or of being a pastor, for instance, to be recognized for, the process that they went through and to be addressed as such. So I feel like, her confidence is actually rooted in substance. Dr. Anunobi also really exhibits deep vulnerability. So it's easy for us to think that once a person shows up as the self-assured and confident individual, then, they cannot exhibit all the other sides of themselves. But Dr. Anunobi really showed us the versatility of being human. She was self-confident and self-assured and mature enough in her confidence that she wasn't also afraid of being vulnerable. So in the same interview, we see her exhibiting a deep vulnerability, within herself and showing up as authentically as she could. And I really, really love that about her and about her interview, that she was authentic. She was authentic. Her confidence was authentic. It wasn't a puffed up confidence that, see me, or, you've disrespected me. It was, her confidence was rooted and based in facts. And it was also an authentic confidence that, I am confident and so self-assured in myself that I show up in the fullness of who I am. I show up as, the high achieving woman. I show up as the grieving mother. I show up as the disappointed wife. I am showing up confidently in all expressions of myself. And I really, really love that even though she exhibited strength and of character and assuredness in who she is, she also was assured in and enough in who she is to be vulnerable at the same time. And I thought that was absolutely beautiful. She owned her story without shame, the parts of her story that, according to societal standards, may be looked upon with a raised eyebrow. She shared it with no shame. And I really like how she pulled the nuggets from her life, right? The life lessons, the things she's learned, she's gone through and learned from, and gives that to us in the most authentic possible way. And I absolutely applaud and respect her vulnerability. I absolutely applaud and respect her assuredness and her self-confidence and her ability to show up authentically. I thought that it was a beautiful, beautiful interview and really a masterclass in showing up authentically and in the fullness of who you are without compromise. And I absolutely loved this interview. And I hope you took one or two lessons from Dr. Eucharia, Apostle Dr. Eucharia Anunobi's interview about self-confidence. And so my challenge for you today is that, in which way have you been shrinking yourself? In which spaces have you been showing up as less of yourself just to appease others? In which way have you diminished your light in spaces where you think that shining your light may cause others to be uncomfortable? I will leave you with this verse that I've been reflecting on recently, and it says, "Arise and shine, for your light has come. Let your light shine, that people will see your good works and glorify God." And I think for me, that was the missing piece, because I always thought that, if you let your light shine and people see your light, people, you might be glorifying yourself. I don't know. It was just a warped way of thinking. I admit it doesn't even make sense saying it out loud. But when I saw that part, that shining your light, sharing or showing up in life in the fullness of who you are, when that light shines and people see it, they will glorify God because of your good works. And I thought that was powerful and that was absolutely beautiful. Anyway, please give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more content like this. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the videos every time we upload them. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Until next time, see ya.